YouTube live on the Dr. Farid Zarif channel. And this is really great. We're live now. And Carolyn, how are you doing this wonderful day? You look great.
Thank you. Doing wonderful. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get all the folks in today. This is going to be really great. We have just it's wonderful to have. Thank you very much for being patient. We're right on time, and we're talking about how sugar destroys the body. Should be a really wonderful one because anybody that wants to talk should be able to talk about sweets. Do you have a sweet tooth?
Ooh. I do. I do have a sweet tooth. And the funny thing about that is me having to be in a dentist like ongoing for years because of that sweet tooth. There's a candy that I used to love. It's called Gushers, and it was just so good. And now that I think about it, it's like a soft, chewy candy where when you bite into the candy, it's like gush of candy that goes
Take it
into your
easy,
mouth. So,
Carolyn. Take it easy. I know it's tricky.
so yes,
Hey, we got Glenn is here. Glenn Johnson is here. Hey, Glenn, it's good to see you. Hey, oh yeah, you here on Instagram. If you want to go on and come up with us, Glenn, just go to YouTube Live, and you probably already have the link there. But just go to YouTube Live. Just search um, Dr. Farid Zarif. You'll come right to the channel, and then we'd love to bring you up. People need to see you and need to hear from you. So please do that. Also, we'll be on live on Facebook today. But yeah, Glenn, we want to get you here on so YouTube, check that out. This is going to be great, and if you can't, we understand that everybody else is here. My wonderful people that have been supporting us for a while. We're getting better and better, better and better every time we on this bad boy. We like learning something new.
yes.
So
And
it's
Dr. Zarif, I
yeah.
sent you a request on Instagram, so we'll see how that works out. If you want me to go live with you on Instagram, we'll see how that works.
Okay.
There's a delay, so we'll see, and if not, then I'll just jump off. So
Okay.
you'll have to bring this up.
I don't see anything yet, but
Okay, let's see.
it's wait. Let me see here.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to accept you. Hey, all right, we got MJ Love Jones. My Leah, welcome, welcome. It's really great to see you. Okay, let me see. I think we're gonna have to turn down the volume.
Oh, you know what? Then it won't work then. Actually, the only way they'll be able to hear me, I just muted my mic on Instagram.
Yeah.
So um maybe they'll be able to hear me that way, but I have to mute mine on my
Oh,
end.
right, because they can hear you
Right, from
on
both of them.
Facebook. Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
So
So
I guess you
we'll
want
see how it works that way.
to. Okay. All
But
right.
yeah.
Well, good. Let's go ahead and push forward. This is going to be great. Welcome. Hey, Vegas in the house. We really appreciate you being here this morning. We got Vegas happening already. We got Detroit on the line already. It's really great. We're going to be talking about how this doggone sugar actually destroys your body. Welcome, Mashawn Bayham. Hey, how's it going? It's so great to see you, Mashawn. I've been just waiting for you. I said eventually she's going to have some time to stop by and say hello. And I am so thankful to see Mashawn this morning. And that's Los Angeles. So we got Los Angeles, we got Detroit on here, we have Las Vegas on. And we want you to feel free and especially go to our live channel on YouTube, Dr. Farid Zarif. go to that channel so that you can come up with us if you want to. Now, if you just want to listen, well, that's fine too. That's the options you have. But those of you that may been rehearsing your speech, those that have been, we want you to come on in. Hey, we got Shirley in the house, another gentle, ladies and gentlemen. Shirley is one of our most promising leaders in medicine. She's a wonderful nurse, and she's family. So love. We really are off to a wonderful start, and she's all the way from Menifee, California. Be sure that you can, if you want to come up, come on up, and we can bring you up or send you. Let's see if I'll do it right now. I'm going to send you a. There we go. I'm going to send. If I can here. Here we go. I'll send it in the comments right here. And I'm going to send you can use this. Bam. There we go. You can use this link to share with other people. And go ahead, Carolyn, you want to say something?
No. If I'm going to just go ahead and start.
Yeah, great. Why don't we go ahead and get it started, and let's go ahead and do this. Right. Before you do that, we have a lot of folks off here. Oh, we have the sweetest pea is in the house. Another wonderful celebrity, our celebrity. Yes. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Sweet Pea? It's great seeing you here. Wow, this is going to be wonderful. What a great beginning. This is what I'm talking about. Thank you, everybody, for getting up this morning. You see, Carolyn, you look really fresh, too.
Oh, yes. I, make sure I got up and washed my face.
Yeah, so much so.
Washing my face.
Right on. It's great. It's great. We're going to have a great time. Carolyn, go ahead and kick it off, and we're going to go and start because we know that your time is valuable. Our time is valuable. We're super glad that you're here, and we're very, very happy to report so many people from so many different places. Please put in your comments where you're from, where you're coming in from, and we can also share that everybody's excited about it. If you have any questions as we go, put those right there in the comments if you're not able to come up on the stage. All right, good. Let's get it on. Carolyn, you got it.
Absolutely. Good morning to everyone. This is Carolyn. You're in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today's topic is how sugar destroys your body. If we can share, get the word out. Just remember, sharing is caring. We don't want to keep Dr. Zarif a secret. We want to make sure that we have the information or get the information out to people. So let's go ahead and share. Dr. Zarif, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you so much. We have Eric is here also. We have
Yes.
two Erics in the family, Eric 1 and 2.
Yes.
And Eric is an incredible musician. This brother is just an incredible stylist. He's so many wonderful things. And his attitude is just on point. He's one of those brothers you meet and he just makes you feel like we can do anything. He has a lot of energy and he's very creative, and there's some other things that I don't even know, but I know whatever he does, he makes it looks easy. And
absolutely. And Eric actually is the creator of the new birthday song that just came out. It's a viral birthday song.
Yeah.
It's one of those songs that is like, oh, I want them to sing that for me on my birthday.
Oh, so, yeah. Maybe we get a chance to have them sing it for us. All right, come on up. Oh, they're on Ingo. Well, we'll work that out. But anyway, we love them. Sweet Pea and one for Eric. What a wonderful, loving couple. And we went to this their ever since we've still been buzzing from there from the wedding, and that's been quite a while ago. But I'm just talking about two incredible individuals. We got Watch What the Health. Hey, yeah, how you doing, everyone? There at Watch What. We're really happy that you're here. Let us know where you coming in from too. Really appreciate it. Namaste. Oh, I know exactly who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Okay, namaste. It's really great to see you, brother, and I'm so glad that you're here. We can also bring you up if you like. We have the link here that you can just request coming up, and we'll bring you up along with us. So wonderful, so wonderful. We are doing great things this morning. Now, when it comes to the reason that I chose this particular subject is because we're definitely having a lot of problems, especially from things that we're eating. We heard all the don't eat this, don't eat this, first thing that you hear. And usually when you hear don't eat something, you know that this is something that you're used to the hearing, because usually that's just how it's taught to us. Now, we do eat sugar practically in everything. In this fructose, we're going to talk about maltose and galactose. We're going to talk about levulose and some of the other sugars. We're not so much, we're going to talk a little bit about maybe some alcohol sugars, but for right now, I want you to sit back, relax, take some notes, because we're really going to give you some gems that you can use here today, and you can do some things that will change, or to at least improve what you've been doing about your sugar consumption. And the main things, we want you to definitely reduce the amount of sugar that you're eating. Sugar is the one of the culprits of the sugar diabetes. It has so much to do with hyperglycemia, having too much sugar, hypoglycemia for people that don't have enough energy from one point to the next point of time. These are things that we'll be discussing today. Now, nobody's too old or too young to get this, because sugar is one of the most common uses of energy, or the most common source to produce energy. What we do is humans, we take this food in, and that food becomes a source of energy. So what we do is we take the matter in, and then that's broken down, and then it produces the energy that we have. So the food that we eat is broken down, we digest it, and from the result of that digestion equals energy. Sometimes we have foods that are not, they don't have anything in them. And I'm going to talk about that as we go along, and those are called empty calories. So we'll start off first with the added sugars. Now, the added sugars are usually empty calories, and some of those empty calories are like soft drinks and sweet tea and lemonade, and they're also alcohol and junk food, fast food, candy, including those hard candies, and some of the sour chews, and they also include baked goods like cakes and donuts. All of these things. Anybody, I'm stepping on anybody's toe yet? Well, this is definitely some of the things that cause us to suffer from many of the diseases that we may suffer from. Now, when I say that diseases, it might sound like, oh man, that's too much, but it is a dis-ease when it interferes with the functionality of your heart and your brain, your digestive system, your hormones. It goes on and on. So you'll find that this is really worth you giving yourself more attention. Glucose is one of the numbers that we want to look at, because glucose is being accountable to your blood sugar. When you have so much blood sugar, then you cause the body to be off balance. And we want to keep in mind this word homeostasis. Now, homeostasis can be used in a few ways, but today we're going to use it in the from the angle of balance. So when you hear homeostasis, we're talking about balance. Now, you as young people, especially those of you that have been together a while and you love each other and you have a great, strong relationship, well, this is super important. You should take care of yourself. It's not just your body. I know that many people say, this is my body. You can't tell me to do nothing with my body. I make my own decisions. You're right. You're right. You're right. But when it comes to someone else loving you, have you considered the impact that you'll make on their lives if you don't take care of yourself? Give you a second to think about that. Now, when it comes to the eating healthy foods, is not just about eating by itself. If we're talking about starvation, you got to eat whatever you can eat. We're talking about many of us, that everybody here listening today are people that are in a position to eat when you want to eat and to eat what you want to eat. And when we're talking about people that are starving, that's a whole nother story. So today we're talking about those of us that are privileged to eat. Now, sometimes when you're in a position where you got to eat whatever is available, that's a whole different story, okay? And some of the rules do change for people that are starving versus people that are not starving. Now, when it comes to the empty calories, one of the big problems with empty calories is that it oftentimes they're consumed in excess without a person really even knowing it. And that is very dangerous, because you can actually, if you have no way to measure what's going on with you, then it's very difficult for you to manage what you don't measure. So we want to make sure that those of you that are able to get a glucometer, and the glucometer is just a tool that you can use to measure the amount of sugar in your blood. There's also another test, and this is called hemoglobin A1C. And the hemoglobin A1C is taken over a 3-month period. Well, actually, the test is to extrapolate the information that's needed to show what average amount of sugar that you've had in your blood for those last 3 months. You should check it out. Ask your PCP, your primary care physician, or your medical team, what is this thing that he's talking about and how can I get it? But you should know, you should not be just eating on and on and on and not having any idea. Then there's another challenge. This is called sneaky sugars. These are the sugars that may be, under another name. It's really stealthish. And you'll find that in the food manufacturing business, there's a lot of things that may or may not occur to sell a certain good, a certain product. And it comes along with sometimes psyching you out. Get what I mean? So let's talk about this sneaky sugars. Now, it may be an obvious smart move just to reach for like a Kit Kat, or you have chocolate bars, or you have other food that even from the different health food stores that say this is good, and that damn word natural. Man, is that a trip? Natural. If people see the word natural, they go for it. They're like, hey, it said it's natural, but it is not the way to go intelligently. Now, if you just want something that makes you feel good about eating something bad, because everybody wants good news about their bad behavior, but when it comes to taking care of yourself and you sincere and you have in mind that other person, remember there are other people that love you. There isn't one night that passes, one day that goes by without someone mentioning your name, someone that cares about you, someone that loves you. So let's keep that in mind too as we're talking about this nutrition, because nutrition by itself isn't as powerful as nutrition and psychology, nutrition and physiology, nutrition and anatomy. You see? So nutrition should be served with more on the plate than just nutrition itself. Let's go back to these sneaky sugars. Now, some of the sneaky sugars would be found in cookies and candies and other sweets. I just named some of those things. Also, you can find them in processed foods like salad dressings, like mayo. Like mayonnaise has so much sugar in it, especially there's a certain kind that starts with an M. And that is something that you should be aware of. Make sure that a part of your shopping should be groceries that are on the list. And when you do get these things, read. Even all of these years that I've been teaching about the nutrition science, food science, guess what? I find out I still don't have a handle on reading and putting it into the cart, because sometimes I miss that whole thing. They end up in my house until the next time I go there and I take it back. But it is important that we read, and that we get a good practice that we have. You buy something, you read it, you understand it. Don't hold it against yourself. You don't have time to do all that. I was wrong. I ate the candy. We don't have time for that. The main thing is you pick up your feet and you go to the next step. You don't criticize, don't even talk about it. Just look, take care of it by not bringing that into your home. You should not have candy bars all in your seat and sodas under the couch and, all of that stuff that people do. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but this is what people do when they're addicted to anything. Actually, they hide it. You are only as sick as your deepest secret. So you want to make sure that you have some talk therapy if you need it. You want to have friends to support you. You want to make sure that you don't put it in your cart and take it home with you. Now, if there's something you out to a birthday party, Eric, if you're out to a birthday party, you have a whole different, maybe you come from a different angle. You enjoy a slice of cake, or you enjoy whatever, those things that they're celebrating, these different occasions. You partake and don't overdo it. If they say you want a larger piece of cake, there's this word called no. That's a full sentence. But as easy as this seemed to be, the harder I want you to know that it is, because it's an addiction. You can't get addicted to sugar. Am I giving you the spookaboo thing? No, I'm not interested in that. What I do want you to do is to have a handle on those things that you should be putting in your body. Now, this is super important because we have so many people that tell me that they're strong, that they're leaders, that they're activists, that they're educators. Look, if we don't strengthen our nation, if we don't strengthen our culture, none of that stuff means anything. There are many people, you drive a Bugatti, you have a Lambo, you got whatever, you got all this stuff. But if your health is shot, then, I mean, what is it for? I mean, what's the difference what difference does it make? Some of the few names that are hidden, the sugar, like we were talking about earlier, that these names that hide sugar, would be evaporated cane juice, fruit juice concentrate, brown rice syrup and malt syrup, corn syrup, date syrup, barley malt, and you also have galactose and glucose. So these are different names that will be on the label. If you still are not getting the point, I'm going to go a little bit more into some of the other things that we do as far as our sugar consumption is. Some people find that it's hard to give up sugar cold turkey. They have to go through a process, and that process is taking smaller amounts. Like right now, I'm drinking a very pungent golden seal root. And along with the golden seal root, I have ginkgo biloba. Now, ginkgo biloba is for, alertness. And so I get that up. I'm usually up anyway. Sometimes I overdo it to stand up, but this is really great. And then I have another herb in here, golden seal root, which is known as a cure-all. So I always treat myself like I'm sick when I'm feeling great. I treat myself like I'm broke when I have a whole lot of money, and I treat myself like I'm unemployed when I got money coming in. So it's an attitude that you use in order to keep yourself stabilized and balanced, and keep in mind also that once you do this, you get the proactive behavior, and you get that really working for you. And you find that instead of waiting until you get sick, did you know that you can go to a hospital now and you can be shot? And you know what they're going to ask you first? Where's your insurance? Who's carrying you? What insurance do you have? What's more important is my health. And you think that somebody's going to like do something special for you when you're bleeding all over the place, right? Yeah, they get their insurance first. You're not going in that OR, the operating room, unless you need to have that insurance. So don't be fooled by thinking that somebody's going to help you. And that's where we are today. We get in these positions now, especially with food, that we think that we can eat anything that we want to, any amount that we want to, any time of the day and night that we want to, without any rules. We make our own rules. And that's why we have a lot of resistance when you hear about eating a certain food. Why? Because you and that food have a special relationship. You and that food have gone way, way back in the times of surgery, back in the times where surgery had no needles, back in the time where, slavery. You go way back and you start making all of these different excuses for the way that you eat. You make excuses for the way that you feel. Even you can have a stomach ache and just say, I'll go ahead. You'll eat something to make the stomach ache feel better. A lot of times this addiction sounds very simple and simplified, but when it comes to eating the food that keeps you healthy, this makes a difference than a person that feels good and performs well, than a person that actually has an excellent performance and they feel at the top of their game. So you can feel good, and those are people that make it day to day. But when you feel great, that's what we're after. We're after the idea of greatness, and greatness comes with choices. The difference between a great person and a good person, and a good person and a terrible one, is the decisions that they're making. So today what we're going to do, talk more and more about that, okay? But I'm going to stop for a minute because I know that we're live, and I do want to call out shout out for some people. We got the ad warrior for Christ is in the house. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Warrior for Christ, please let us know what city you're contacting us from. We have also from Chino Hills, we have Nurse Toy is in the house. Oh man, another incredible nurse. We got, wow, 2 incredible. We probably have even more than that. Thank you so much for being here. Dr. Taylor is in the house. Dr. Taylor, man, it's so wonderful to see you. I got your message about getting up early, man. That was hilarious. But I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. We have DYC Martial Arts is in the house. Good to see you, DYC, in the house. I love you too, brother. Thank you so much for being here. And who else do we have here? Oh, wait a minute. I think DYC is coming in from here. I think this is coming in from Milwaukee. So yeah, oh yes, definitely. This is a wonderful. I think you just want to go DYC, so I'll just keep it there for right now. So DYC Martial Arts, and check out Deidre. Deidre Cole is the founder of DYC Martial Arts. This is an incredible sister in Milwaukee that is a master black belt. I mean, cold-blooded. You know, this is a sister that you don't ever, you don't want to cross, you know. And I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much. And I'm really just wanted to say that I definitely miss your brother Rodney, and may rest in peace. She just lost her brother Rodney, which was a great friend of mine, and just a blessing to many people. And we send our blessings. We also want to welcome Charles Terry Frazier in the house. Thank you. Hello, brother. It's great to see you. Charles is one of my this is my boost during the day. He works out. We work out together 3 times a week, and this brother is making some inroads to great achievements, really changing his entire body. His attitude is, he always had a great attitude, but man, he's making huge differences. How many pounds have you lost so far, Charles? Let us know in the comments. But you're jamming. Beverly Kelly is here, and congratulations, Beverly and Charles is getting married. Dun, 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 dun. We're only months away now, and congratulations, they're making that move. Love is in the air. So we're going to celebrate that. Let's go to our wonderful folks over here. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, we got the Warrior for Christ is in California. Well, thank you. I am too. Well, yay, we probably neighbors here. Congratulations to all. Thank you again for being here. Let's go ahead and move on. And remember, if you want, like any of the doctors and any of the nurses that would like to come up, Toy has a great book. Nurse Toy has a book coming out. And I mean, this is really great news. We need to hear about that book. We also have Nissim. Let me see. I guess that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I get it. Yeah. I'm just reading and kind of babbling at the same time. So we really want you to, come on up here if you want to. Remember, all you have to do is the link is right there, and we'll bring you up on the stage, and you can share with us. There are other things that I'd like to do is say, along with the carbonic acid and the other sweeteners, we want to talk about getting rid of those soft drinks, or at least reducing those, because they can definitely wreck your digestive system. We can have some of the other MDs that we have also here can come up and don't be shy. But I've been working with some of these brothers and sisters for a long time, and they are incredible. Dr. Taylor is one of our best. and it'll be great to hear from him. Let me see. We also have, all right, let's bring the wonderful Nurse Toy up. Hey, Nurse Toy.
Hi.
Ah, it's so great to see you. Whoa, man. Well, I was cracking up. I went to a clubhouse and I was like having problems with it. And then I heard you say, hello, hello. So she happened to say, going through the same thing I'm going through. But I'm glad to see that you're here. People need to hear about this book and all what you've been up to. Let's share that before we continue. Welcome,
Something's
Nurse.
going on. Something's going on with my audio, Z. It's
Well,
all
you
blurry.
sound great. You sound great.
I need to smooth out the audio. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So
All
tell
right.
us about that book. Tell us the name of the book and what you're doing now. And
Okay. So 20 years ago, I wrote the book, Lady in Public, A Freak in the Bedroom, and that just was what I was in the younger years, the tripping and all of that. So this same book I'm putting out, so that copy can be revised, and Freak is now standing for safe, redeemed, empowered, authentic, and kind. You're still a freak, but it's a good freak. It's a spiritual freak. So I
that's
work
cool.
on that. I've been working on that for the past 6 months, and so I've been very busy with it and my health. The last time we were in the clubhouse, I was telling you guys I was having food sensitivities. I didn't know what was going on, and with my body. So when Dr. Zarif said that he was going to talk about sugar, I couldn't miss it because that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Oh,
Give you a little bit of background. Everybody knows I'm a registered nurse, and I'm hearing an echo. Are you guys hearing an echo?
no.
No? Okay. Um, so so I've been following Dr. Zarif for over 20 years, and he been educating me on sugar and all kind of stuff. But see, I know what I know. I knew what he was saying was true, but sugar's just so doggone good, y'all. It just tastes so good. So I kept on, I would have a side of broccoli and act like I was eating healthy. And then I would leave and go to Starbucks and get a sweet latte. And then I would have my favorite candies, Roca. So I would have that. And then I realized uh, after a while, my body wasn't acting right. My body was starting to do things that weren't normal. So I started investigating. I've been investigating for the last year, like really, really hardcore investigating because I got to the bottom of it once I sent my stool off to the lab. So I like that Z is breaking it down, telling you about your doctors and your labs and what you should have, because I already knew that, but because I looked good physically on the outside, I wasn't concerned. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna have some candy here, some candy here, and so whatever. I didn't care. And I'm a hard-headed Capricorn, so whenever something has to happen, it has to slap me upside the face because I'm not gonna do what I need to do. So I after sending my stool, realized I had leaky gut. If you guys don't know what that is, this means that your stomach contents has your the lining of your stomach has become so thin that it's leaking toxins into your bloodstream. And that's the reason why I love the topic of sugar because sugar is also in your fruit. The fruit is a good thing, but for me, I'm a person who overdoes everything. Like if I'm gonna eat a banana, I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of bananas. Or if I'm gonna eat a pineapple, I'm gonna eat a whole pineapple a day just because I don't gain weight. Like I'm in the gym, I'm working out, I'm lifting weights, I'm doing all the stuff. So I'm not thinking that I need my blood pressure is good, my levels are good, all the good. but school was the defining moment for me. So I found out there's a lab called Zonulin. Zonulin was high in my stool. That's not something I would have detected on a blood test. It's not something that I didn't feel it in my heart. I didn't feel it anywhere. But I started having food sensitivities. So my first recollection or knowledge of anything going on with my body was becoming extra sensitive to food. So it did, and this also has something to do with my genetics. My mother had lupus, and so in my family, we had blood disorders. So it didn't manifest itself as it would. My glucose was normal. That's another thing I want to add. All my labs were normal. So because of all those things, it made me just I wanted to eat sugar. Why? Sugar's good, but it is addictive now. It is addictive. And so when I realized my zonulin was high, then that sent me on the right track. And then I started really, really, really. Now I'm at the point where I can't eat. You get to the point where you can't eat anything. That's not healthy. I'm at the point where I can't. If I ate sugar now, I'd be sick. I'd get sick. So I really want to come on here today and just tell people, like, you don't want to get to the point where you can't eat something. Like, you want to still your body to function the way it's supposed to function, not to the point where you can't do something because your body's exhausted from what you've done to it. So if anybody ever has any questions, you can get to me. I'm off Facebook right now because of the fact that I'm writing this book, but I'm reachable. So I'm on Messenger if you want to ask me specific questions because it's been a long journey. I had to learn a whole lot about how to fix what was going on with my body. Listen to Dr. Zarif. He's been correct day one, but some of us have to learn the hard way, and that was me. So
Wow.
if somebody needs or has questions, feel free to ask.
That is so, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're helping so many people now because that's one of the biggest problems we have is resistance.
Yes.
It's like, I mean, you've always been brilliant and fine as hell, but it's like one of the things that you just said that I know people probably just think I'm being man-ish when I'm saying that, but I'm saying that a Nurse Toy, her attractiveness, what she just shared with you is that you look at yourself and you're like, aesthetically, I'm sound, baby. This is it. This is, but what she's saying to you also is just don't think just because you look good on the surface that what's happening inside of you is okay. So this is really very, very important what she's saying to you, not just we're not here to entertain you. She's talking about her leaky gut is talking about damaged endothelium. Now, your endothelium is what protects you. You can look that up later. I don't want to go too far because we talk about sugar, but the main thing that you want to do is to take these words down that you may not have heard before and research them. Or you can also call Nurse Toy and she'll break these things down for you. But it's really important for you to understand that, again, nutrition by itself is not as powerful as it is with psychology, with physiology, with anatomy, and all the other sciences that can accompany it to give you a better understanding. Now, Toy was talking about a behavior. That's a behavior when you just, hey, you can't tell me nothing. I'm eating what I want to eat. But guess what? That's a representative of most of us. It's just like, you can't tell me what to eat. Me and these popsicles go way back. So you have people that will eat certain things, and they like, you can't tell them anything. Guess what? Many of those people are also professionals. The ones that are like the people that drink sodas, people that drink too much coffee and all of that. A lot of these people are professionals. And this is what happens when you think that is you're exempt from being sick. You're exempt. There was a doctor that I knew at UCLA, and this doctor during surgery, he would always go on fully padded with the X-ray resistant wear. One that you put up on your neck here to guard your goiter from, or you guard all the parts of your neck here so that you don't get a goiter. That you protect yourself, your chest and your arms and everything else, because it was radiation. Now they have low dose radiation; it's a little different. But this guy, he just went in and wasn't protected, and he felt like he was exempt because he was the incredible surgeon. But later on, he died from having cancer of lymph nodes. And that was really, really a wake-up call to many people that think that they're, just because you're a doctor, just because you know, it doesn't exempt you from being, affected by the sugar or the candy or the different foods or drinks that you can eat and get you sick. If they can get other people sick, there is a possibility that it would affect you in the same way, because we do have biosimilarities. Although the biochemical individuality is like those things that are different from a body to the next body. But for the most part, the reason that we can take aspirin and they all work pretty much the same in all of our bodies is because we do have generalities. We do have certain things that are, you can generally speaking, these are a broad base medication. And Charles Frazier lost 15 pounds. I see 15 pounds. And this is as he's working out, being focused, getting the doggone thing done. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Charles. That's really, really great. And these are some of the things that we know that once you put your mind to, once you commit yourself to something and you stick with it, you can and you will eventually do it. You see, what appears in your life is what you keep thinking about, what you emotionalize. So when you're eating food, you want to emotionalize your health. You want to feel it. You want to look for it, expect it, you see? So when you're looking for it, when you're expecting it, these are some of the things that you can do to make yourself feel better. Let me see. MJ Jones here say, I share. Thank you for all the valuable information. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you did. I wanted to get Malia up here. She's a vegan, a very incredible person. If you get a chance to come on up, Leah. I wanted everybody to get a piece of your mind, because you have a lot of things to share. The last time I saw you was in Detroit, yeah. And I know that then we had a really great, especially she has, Malia has this great energy. You just love her when you meet her. It's just really wonderful. It's great to see. Oh, good. Oh, Carolyn, good. That was a note from Toy. But this is really great. I'm glad that Nurse Toy came in and shared. There's many other doctors. There's doctors on here right now, and there's also other nurses on here right now. Some of them are working, some of them not available to get up on here, but they are here. And I am so glad that we have doctors and nurses would not be supporting me if what I was talking about was some hocus pocus stuff. So keep that in mind as we go through this together. Remember, if you don't want it in your body, it shouldn't be in your house. If you don't want it in your tummy, you should not have it in your cabinets. If you're cooking something and you know that whatever you're cooking isn't the healthiest for you, don't eat it. This is a very simple thing. I wanted to go a little bit what is the added sugar. Now, added sugar is naturally is lots of foods like fruit and vegetables and milk and cheese and even grains that have the added sugar. But manufacturers also add different forms of sugar and syrup to processed and packaged foods like ice cream and cookies and candy and soda, as well as less obvious products like ketchup and spaghetti sauce, yogurt, bread, and salad dressing. All of these have added sugar. Before I go on, I got to go back to Nurse Toy. Nurse Toy is super, super powerful and very confident and very brave that when a person brings themselves to say, what you're saying really works and this has really helped me, I really appreciate that because that's what I live for. I live for that. Not just the compliment, but I live for the result of taking the information and putting action behind it, acting on it, not just I know. That's great. And once you get to know Nurse Toy even more, you'll see how powerful she is. This sister is brilliant. She just gave us a little, appetizer, but she's really incredible. Okay, I had to go back to that. Now, I want to talk. Hold on just a second here.
I just had
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, great. There was a question actually from Instagram that I wanted to read off from Chantel. She says or asks, if something that says not from concentrate, does that mean that it has no sugar or less sugar?
Well, that's really
not from concentrate.
Oh, thank you. No, it can be when they concentrate the food, like they're talking about these foods that they can add water to. They usually condense it and they'll have all the juice and flavors, colors, and all that. And then they just add water to it and they'll make a drink, and that's concentrated. Usually not the best form of juice as far as, like the fresh juice. And yes, it does have fructose in it. But most of the time, concentrated also have added sugar to it. Now, they may have some that will say no sugar added, but automatically that doesn't happen. That is just a choice and a variety to choose from. So the not concentrated gives you more of it isn't fresh squeezed, but not concentrated. It simply means that it's a different process. So it might be a frozen juice, or it might be a juice that's stored differently, processed differently, refined differently. And these are words to get you to buy the wonderful whatever the products are. So that's it on that. And we have my Leah Jones here. If there's more to it, Carolyn, keep me bring on them questions, because I want to, I want people to like, Yahoo, I got the answer, and not that I have all the answers, but I do want to point you in the right direction. If it's something that's out of my scope, I'm going to say, you got to see Dr. Taylor, you got to see someone. So, but it's all about learning more and putting it into action. My Leah, my dear, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
I'm great. How are you? Hey, guys.
Oh, it's great to see you. Yeah, my Leah, you look fabulous. You look wonderful. How you doing?
Thank you.
What are you doing these days? Tell us what's going on, and what's your feelings on this sugar thing?
Sugar. Ooh, that's a whole nother story right now. But stop, please. My dog is misbehaving, guys. So I just got to Las Vegas. She wants to say hi.
Hey.
Stop.
Hey now, puppy.
He's growling, being bad right now. But I just moved to Las Vegas, Nevada. So I've been going through a lot of health issues. Um, I lost 28 pounds since May. I've been dealing with some stuff that I should not talk about. I'm not going to talk about, but I've been really stressed out. I have a fresh concussion, and they say maybe a possible torn rotator cuff. So I'm here in Vegas now, and I'm just trying to regain my strength and my health back. So linking up with you guys is just helpful, like good energy, good vibes, and keeps me on track.
Oh, beautiful. I am so glad. How about, isn't that a lot of temptation out there with the casinos?
I don't gamble. I've always been a Jew, so not
Oh,
for me.
mercy. That's crazy.
I never gamble. I never gamble, so that's not a
Okay.
thing for me.
And how about the buffets out there? Is that a distraction?
Um, I haven't been to the casino, so I mean, what you don't entertain, like you can't get into.
Ah, good point. Go, Malia. Yay.
It just
That's
never fit into my lifestyle. Like I think I've been doing veganism maybe 7, 8 years. I've been on this track. I always just knew that I was weird, different, special, whatever you want to call it. I always knew that I wanted to do what everybody else wasn't doing. So
yes. I hear
um,
you. No, I got
now that
you.
it's like blowing up, I'm really excited that people are listening now.
Yes, yes, I am too. What would you say to those people that may be vegan, but they're sugarholics?
Ooh, it's rough. It's hard. They do make vegan treats. If you go to the health food store, I know that Zerbo's, like it was my birthday and I wanted to, splurge a little bit. They do have vegan treats there. So just make sure you look at the contents of what it is and do your balance. Like, don't be afraid of it. Don't hide it. Just address it.
Ah, that's beautiful. Okay. Yeah, that's really wonderful. I just wanted to bring everybody, give some people an idea of what you consider balance.
Um, let's see. Okay, balance with exercise. So 80-20 rule, 80% and 20% food, 80% exercise, 20% food.
Okay.
Wait, was that right?
Mm, well, actually, is for me anyway? It might be like that for you, but I just is 80% what I'm eating and 20%.
There you go. There
Yeah,
you go. So just make sure you stay on balance. And
yeah.
if you get off balance, just recenter. Like I fell off the vegan wagon many, many times. I'm not perfect.
Hmm.
Just make sure you get back to square one. Stay balanced, stay focused. And Payamba taught me that.
Yeah,
So
yes.
um
Chief
but
Payamba while they move.
he's I think he's in Colorado right now. I talked to him yesterday and he always gets me right back to where I need to be. And
Oh,
that's been since I was a kid.
yes, yeah. That's yes. That brother is everything. We want to, as we continue to move on, stay with us. You gonna hang around, Malia?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm not going
Oh,
anywhere.
all right, that's beautiful. All right, so let's go on to Carolyn. Carolyn? Why don't we go to hit them with the fire? Carolyn, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we
All
can.
right, great. Just thank you everyone for watching, Dr. Zarif. That's great information. We are here in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. Today's topic is how sugar destroys your body. Thank you to Nurse Toy for joining us earlier today. Molly is here with us now. Thank you all so much for joining us, Dr. Zarif. This is going great. I'm loving the information that I'm hearing here. When Malia talked about balance, that question that you asked, what balance is a really important question, because that is the question. What is a balance for everyone? It may be different for everyone else. So um, you mentioned empty calories, and that's something that I know a lot of people struggle with, like myself. Having the cookies and the pastries and all that stuff is can be a challenge at times. So just great information all around. And Michelle Gentle right here is saying that is my main problem, sugar. So that is something that we all kind of struggle with. And the holidays are coming up. You know, Halloween is just right around the corner. What does that mean? A whole lot of candy and sugar. You know, then Thanksgiving comes along and everything else. So just great information. Thank you so much, Dr. Zaric. Back to you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you mentioned that, and I'm glad that Malia brought out some really powerful points, and I really love that. As you see, Malia is outside, and that's a huge part of our health. Get outside, man. Get out there and breathe, and get under a tree. Let the sun hit your skin. It's really. And that's part of the balance. That's a huge part of the balance. Also, part of the balance would be a support team. Who are you talking to? You know, what are you listening to? All of that has a lot to do with, the balance. Just like when Malia was saying that she's Payimba Nwalimu, which is a great philosopher and physicist. He is incredible brother that has shared all, including myself, shared with us as we have grown and just been a really wonderful leader, father, brother, friend for many years. And it's good to have that kind of connection with people that they matter, not just somebody just is going to talk about some, just chitter chat about some small issues that don't make any difference. You can chat as long as you want to, but you got to cut the chit out.
Absolutely.
Get it, chit chat. Okay.
Cut it
out. So, now, when it comes to healthier weight, like Charles Frazier is doing, your healthier weight has a lot of things. Like if you have too many calories, no matter where they're from, that will cause you to gain weight. No matter if you get calories from chocolate bars or you get calories from just eating a whole lot of healthy food, you're still calories are going to equal more weight. That's the way the body works. Now there's a thing called genetics. Now, some people can eat everything on the planet and they may get out a little bit, but in a couple of days, they're going to be right back where they started from. They're blessed with the genes. And like Malia can attest to that. Malia, what does it feel like to be able to you can eat practically, let me go backwards and come again forward. And what does it feel like for you to not have to worry about the negative or derogatory effects of food because of your good genes?
It's okay, but it can get out of control. And I think that's when I started developing an eating disorder, because the guilt. I feel really guilty, and that's how I knew I was a vegan. Like, I'll eat certain things and I'll be like guilty for a month. So it can go out of control, but I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem. Not saying I'm perfect at all, but it can. I've seen it on TV, those shows. But it's okay. I just have to, like I said, maintain my balance, eat my portions, my vegetables and all that. I'm majority, raw vegan. But, sometimes I like to splurge. I love to splurge, but it's okay. It's just about balance.
That's right. That's beautiful. Excellent. I mean, that's we keep hearing that word balance, everybody. Balance is not to overdo it or to underdo it. So when we overdose ourselves with all the sugar, like Nurse Toy was saying earlier, instead of eating one banana, she got to eat the whole bunch of bananas. Instead of a slice of pineapple, she eats the whole pineapple. So a lot of us have that in us. We are or can be healthier, but what happens is that we go to the extreme. If at Watch Dominion, I don't know if he's still here, but I love that Watch Dominion is here. He's one of the most incredible activists when it comes to especially vegans. He's a vegan activist. Incredible. Love that when he shares. Chantel Heath is in the house. We overdo stuff. That is correct. And Chantel, you need to come up here too, because you're doing things. You're in studio. You got your music is popping, and we want to talk to you about how it is to be healthy and to maintain the health and to be a celebrity too. We also have Michelle Gento is in the house. Hey, Shell, what is going on? What is your main problem with sugar? Let me see. No. Okay, must have been a conversation there. But one day at a time, she ends up saying, that's Michelle, is great to see.
Megan.
It's great to see. Good. All right. And now, so Malia, how many dogs you have now? I remember when I saw you had about 4.
Sadly, I just have this one here, and then I have 2 in Detroit.
Oh,
Trying to get it together so I can make the moves.
yes.
Just 3.
That's great. I wish you, the best, on that. I know you all come together. It's like what you're doing is not easy. And it's just, again, your balance and working it out. And, you make things happen. I mean, it's one of the things like, you got to look out, support you and all that. But the thing that I know about you is that when you put it up here, you can almost count it as good as done. And that's your personality is like, oh yeah, I'm getting that, so that's beautiful and great example. Hey, Shell, we really want to continue on with this. We got more to talk about, and please stand by as what we're talking about. Some of the things that we do when we are not eating, overdoing the sugar thing is like when you have, as I started off saying, too many calories equals, weight, but lots of added sugar in your diet could make you more likely to eat too much over the course of a day. So when you're eating these foods, especially those of you that eat out of boxes and cans and, this food that is processed, you'll find that you can change your whole disposition of health by eliminating those things, eating smaller amounts if you can't just let it go. And you'll find that you can replace those empty calories with whole foods. Another thing that happens that when you get rid of the sugar and you reduce this sugar is that you lower your triglycerides. Now, some of you haven't checked your triglycerides or your cholesterol, but this is a really important part of your test also, especially when you are getting the fats in your blood or blood fat checked. If your body weight is higher than it should be, you're more likely to have high cholesterol numbers, including triglycerides. And triglycerides, again, is just a type of fat in your blood. Now, if you cut the added sugar and you could lower the calories and the body weight, which could improve your cholesterol. And I'm talking about your HDL, not your LDL. You want to reduce that LDL. And there's other things that you may see on your report, like VLDL, triglycerides. You might see those things, but remember, these are opportunities for you to learn more about yourself. The problems that we have with food are the same problems that we have with ourselves. The way that we eat is a reflection of what we feel about ourselves. A lot of times when you eat a large amount, this big old bag of potato chips, is because at that moment you want to kick back. You want to relax and you don't have enough options. So you go to the potato chip. You don't have to eat them, but you do because they give you more. You want more of that feeling. So when we get addicted to things, it's usually because we overdo it. We take in too much. And the same thing that happens today with this crazy epidemic that we have when it comes to fentanyl and when it comes to heroin, when it comes to crystal meth, all of these, again, being overused. and we want you to be aware of that. Now, along with lowering the triglycerides, when it comes to your heart health, you can lower your heart disease risk. High triglycerides, they raise your risk of heart disease. Less sugar can lower those levels, and they may just stop the weight gain and the fat buildup linked to the heart disease. Now, you can also put yourself in a condition where you can't do a lot of things because you have compromised heart health. And that's where we don't want you to get. We don't want you to get to the point that you have to worry about that every time you go somewhere, every time you do certain things. You can't enjoy anything. You can't enjoy your food. You can't enjoy sex. You can't enjoy traveling. All of these things. Remember, when you are ahead of it, be proactive. Make sure that you go in, get a checkup while you're feeling good. You don't want to be in a situation where you're at the mercy of doctors or anybody else, even a mechanic, when it's after the fact. Because after the fact, they can say, okay, they can write their own ticket. So you want to make sure that you keep a checkup so that you'll know, like, oh, I already got my A1C checked. I got my blood checked. I got my breathing checked. I got my muscles checked. I got all of those things. And then this would really helps you to manage your health better. If you get more than 20% of your calories from added sugar, even if you're at a healthy weight, you may be able to lower your heart disease, that risk of heart problems. Now, myocardial infarctions got to be one of the worst. All of them are bad, but a myocardial infarction means sudden heart death. And that sudden heart death it plagues many people. Most of them don't know anything about it, especially Black men or American Africans. That's what really that gets us, because we have what is called a silent ischemia in many Black men. And when silent ischemia are symptoms, they are asymptomatic. They don't give you all these symptoms. And when you don't feel it, then you figure that you don't have anything. So we want to make sure that you are paying attention to what is happening to your body so that you'll know yourself better by loving yourself, not loving yourself like I'm fine, I look good, look at my hair, look at my nose, whatever. I'm talking about loving yourself to accomplish what you're here to do. And that what is your calling? What's your whole purpose? Not just, I'm here, I'm a person and I have person parts. I'm talking about do something. What are you doing to change the world? Now, I am very happy also to see that people are now listening, just like Nurse Toy said earlier. When you listen and you start making the changes, that can make a huge difference when you are, when the differences that you make in your life. When you know yourself, when you're closer to yourself, can be a difference between good and bad and mediocre and exceptional and dead or alive. You can make these choices to bring onto yourself a better expression of life, especially those that have anxiety. Those that are, always on the edge. You always got to rush, always got, and you have other people that are depressed, the ones that get down, the ones that you don't even know that you're depressed. It's important to get these checkups, these exams, everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead. Better nutrition. You should have better nutrition, and that is dense nutrients. That is, you want to eat stuff that is, your fruit. Now, eating fruit is a great thing, but if you overdo it, you will definitely run that bill up. I'm talking about the bill of sugar when you are eating too much of the fructose. Fructose is in different fruit and vegetables that is a natural This sugar is naturally formed in especially the fruit. Now, you should eat fruit more than you drink it. Now, when you drink it and you're making these different smoothies, and you got apples and oranges and raisins and dates and grapes and peaches and you run everything, it's a produce drink by the time you finish with it. So when you drink that, you have very high amounts of fructose there. And you're drinking it, which means that it's in liquid, and you end up eating, you drink more, and you're not really feeling that it was a lot because you're used to drinking a glass, 8 ounces of something, maybe putting a straw in and sucking it through the day or things of that nature. But remember, you're taking so much in you, like, for instance, the different types of watermelon, Crenshaw melon, honeydew melon, all of those types of melons, when you eat those, and it is good, believe me. I had this summer, I turned to watermelon man, but it is your balance. And I remember I got my A1C done. It was 4.7. Now 4.7 that means that you are pre-diabetic. Now you can change those. You got to stop the habit. But I was in shock. It reminds me when I was a little boy and I got an A-, and I said, what the hell is this? A-. And I had to go back to that teacher and beg for a higher score. I was like, man, come on. And he told me to get out of there and check with him later. But this is the same thing when I saw 4.7, and I knew I had that was hyperglycemia. And it came from all of the juice that I was drinking. So you can drink these juices, but you got to reduce the amount of juice that you're drinking. And this is a lifetime commitment, everybody. We're not talking about, after this conversation is over, then it's over. This goes on and on. And again, if you feel like resisting what you're hearing right now, is natural. Because if you love to eat a certain way, you don't want to hear anybody talk about that. That's just like your friend. If you was up here talking about my Leah, then I would have to check you, real hard. It's the same thing as if some of you, if you're talking about my buttermilk cornbread, I ain't thinking about that. Nobody can tell me any different. So remember, don't fall in love with this food. Use food for your health, your performance, the way that you feel. Also, when you reduce in sugar, you have healthier teeth. You have healthier gums. The sugar actually breaks down your enamel and then your dentin. And that's how the dentin is right beneath the enamel. That's how you can get problems. And all up in your sulcus. The sulcus is the gum and tooth line. Your breath should be naturally clean from you cleaning your, especially you got to get, you can floss easier. I like the triple, triple, what are they called? It'll come back to me. But those are the things that they have. And now that you can just simply put it in your teeth and you can floss all the way, without, the long string and doing that. So no excuses there. Lowering the odds of disease is important, everybody. Whether you're vegan, whole food, plant-based, whether you circadian rhythm, whether you rhythm diet, whatever lifestyle you've chosen, it isn't just about that style. It's about what do you get from that lifestyle? Does it help to reduce your chances of disease and illness and infection? Does it help you to feel, stronger? Does it give you more energy during the day? Does it help your vision, or does it help your hearing? And some people after 50 years old have taken care of their body so bad, or the lack of taking care of their body so bad, that they start breaking up early. 50 years old, this is when you hear somebody died at 50 years old, you understand what I'm saying. That's much, much too young. As short as it is, your life should be taken as something serious. So what do I mean by that? Doctor. Oh, great. Yeah, I just got this. Dr. Taylor says doctors get sick just like anyone else. Of course, doctors do die. Yeah, a lot of doctors. This is what I was talking about earlier. So a lot of times, just because people are, medicinal tools or servants, we got to know that, these are rules that govern all of us. Okay, let me go right into this. One of the things that I just want to make sure that you know what sugar is. And the sugar is a general name for anything sweet. It's a short chain, soluble carbohydrates, many of which are used in food. They are carbohydrates by biochemical classification. They are various types of sugar derived from different sources. Now, these simple sugars are called monosaccharides and include glucose, also known as dextrose, fructose, and galactose. The table or granulated sugar most customarily used as food is sucrose. Now, sucrose is actually a disaccharide, and it's composed of a 1-to-1 ratio, and that is the glucose and fructose ratio. Now, in the body, sucrose hydrolyzes into fructose and glucose. In other words, once you break down the table sugar, then it changes. It splits up to a 1-to-1 ratio, which is fructose, which you mostly get from your plants, especially fruit, and glucose. And glucose, of course, is the name that we call blood sugar. Let me go here. The higher the glycemic index also is something that you can check out. It's actually a chart that'll show you how fast certain foods break down. So if you're eating bread or you're eating pastries or donuts, it'll show you how dangerous this is in breaking down your body. If you're eating excess sugar, also, do you know that we get what are called myopathies? We also get what are called neuropathies. And the myopathies, usually in this case, we're talking about how they damage your vessels or your blood vessels going to your eyes. Now, if you damage those vessels going to your eyes, then that means that you're compromising your vision. That's why you have many people that have diabetes. They have also blurred vision. You also want to make sure that when you're talking about neuropathies, that's the myopathies, but neuropathies, you're talking about our hands and our feet. Do you ever feel numbness there? Does it feel like you lost the feeling in your feet? And sometimes it's just because you sat down a long time. Sometimes it can be other reasons. But when it comes to that repeating over and over, make sure you get a checkup, especially that A1C, to make sure that you're not overdoing it when it comes to sugar. They found they're found in some of the dark grains, the whole wheats and ancient grains, so forth, and it have the sugar have a longer glycemic index in complex carbs. And sugar typically comes from plants who produce them through photosynthesis. Remember that in junior high school? And the photosynthesis. And some in elementary school, if you had a good school. However, they are only present in high enough concentrations to be extracted in sugar beets and sugar cane. So you have the beet sugar and you have the cane sugar. That is another way. If you looked at in studying so-called Black history, that's one of the things that you'll see this very obvious in those people that picked or chopped down the canes for the sugar cane. They also sucked on that cane, and all of them, they had very bad dental issues. And that was because of the years of being out there in the sugar canes. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop for a second here, and we're going to get ready. There's a couple of more things I want to go through. Sugar, again, what's the one thing that you've gotten from what I've said so far? All you got to do is write it in the comments. Let's go. Over here, let's make the same thing. Write it in the comments. What have you gotten from what I've said thus far? And what is it that is the most helpful for you? Or maybe it's just something that just shocks you a little bit. As we're doing that, Elasadini, I think I'm saying that right. Thank you very much. Just joined with us along with Kay and Kendra. I'm just breaking this down. Kendra, thank you very much for being here. And we have also Chef Dom is here. Solistic Food. Hey, Chef Dom, it's great seeing you and stuff. Say hi, Carolyn. There's Chef Dom. That's another powerful brother that I'm so glad. I'm glad to see you here. This has definitely been just one of my favorite. We're doing a lot of things. The monosaccharides and all that stuff you'll get as you go, and you'll learn more about it. And this will just give you a better understanding of what are the simple sugars, disaccharides meaning two sugars, polysaccharides meaning many sugars, and oligosaccharides. That also means many sugars. So as you start studying sugars, it's not just the sugar in the bag at home. It comes in many, many ways. Now, let's go back to Malia. Malia, what do you think about, there's another category in which vegans have now, and that category is Beegans, like BEE-gens. Have you heard of that before?
I have not. That's the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, the Beegans are those vegans that eat honey.
Okay.
So they
I
can
might
still...
fall into that category now.
Oh, okay. So Beegans, what do you have any resistance with that, or what do you think about honey?
I do. I remember when I was having some health issues a couple years ago, and you were telling me how you really, really like raw honey and I should put it in my tea. And I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it. But then I started like looking up, how much sugar is actually in agave.
Yeah.
So it's like, should I do the agave? Should I do the honey? So I will do it because it is very soothing on your throat.
Yes.
When you do your elixirs. So I did start using it. So I guess I'm a vegan or whatever.
Yeah, there's names,
Whatever it is, it is what it is. And there's no perfect vegan out there. And if you are, then kudos to you. But I'm not perfect. I have my days where I do want other things,
Yeah.
So, but sugar, the agave, the honey, I'm really trying to get to a point where I'm just like, I don't need anything. I'm sweet enough, baby. That's my motto.
Hear you. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Here's I wanted to share this with everybody. Our body's metabolism of sugar is really important to know. We know when people eat food containing carbohydrates, the digestive system breaks down the digestible ones in sugar. Now, after that's broken down, then the sugar enters the blood. Now, as the blood levels rise, the pancreas produces a hormone called insulin, and the hormone called insulin prompts cells to absorb the blood sugar for energy or storage. You see, as the cells absorb the blood sugar, levels in the bloodstream begin to fall. And when this happens, the pancreas starts making glucagon. Glucagon is another hormone that signals the liver to start releasing stored sugar. This interplay of insulin and glucagon ensure that cells throughout the body, and especially in the brain, have a steady supply of blood sugar. So that may help you. You can go back and listen to that and get it more and more. But this is just to give you an idea that, we just don't, you just don't eat sugar and then it goes through your stomach and then out of your body. Some of the dangers of the insulin spikes and the reduced insulin sensitivity, consuming large amounts of sugar in one sitting can cause what is loosely defined as an insulin spike. Now, you've heard of sugar spike, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you about an insulin spike. While insulin spikes are crucial in maintaining steady energy for the body, too many insulin spikes can have detrimental effects on your health. Reduced insulin sensitivity, ultimately a precursor to type 2 diabetes, is the direct result of a diet high in sugar. Now, insulin also causes an increase in lipid synthesis. That is the making of fat. That's a nice way to say it. The lipid sensitive synthesis and decrease in the metabolization of the lipids for energy. And back to lipids, remember, synthesize, or the synthesization. Boy, I'm doing a lot of word tricks now, but you can actually break that down by knowing that it just simply means lipid synthesis. Synthesize means to make. Lipid are fat particles, or it's just fat. So you put those two together, and now you got add that to your vocabulary of words here. And where are we? Oh yeah, in other words, the insulin instructs the body to hold onto the fat. Now, a lot of times we don't see this, but there's a purpose that we have a release of insulin, because every time we eat something, insulin is produced. And that insulin that is produced in our pancreas now saturates our blood to do what it does. And what it does is it actually absorbs the sugar, and then it takes the sugar in the form of glucose to our cells, and that is the substance that our cells use for energy. Earlier, we talked about adenosine triphosphate, the ATP, and this is a part of that process. And this gives us a lot of energy. I'll do a couple of more, go through a couple more things here, because I do want you to walk away with some great gems here. The dangers of sugar, and this is, I'm going to talk about it as far as age-related diseases and how they're related to the high sugar intake. Obesity. I want to address obesity because when we talk about obesity, we're talking about people that overdo it. This is so important to especially Black women. Okay. And because there's so much obesity there. And there is lots to say about being obese. We need to understand that. I know that if you're shaking it and dropping it and twerking it and all those other things, then you have, you may have compliments. Ooh, I like what I see. I like what you do. And, you know, we're men, and yeah, of course, we love voluptuous women. However, when it gets to the point of being obese, and that is when your size and your weight interrupts your natural level of health, this is so very important. This is not to degrade anyone, but to make sure that you're paying attention so that you will alter certain behaviors. Okay. Obesity and diabetes. Controlled trials have shown the unequivocally, boy, I'm having a rough time today with my long words, but that's only when I get into my notes. But we want to talk about the consumption of the sugar sweetened foods and the beverages that actually increase the weight and the body fat, and the unequivocally consumption of those sugary foods and those beverages. This is very important. So please listen, especially if you're dealing with weight issues. There's studies, and there's many studies and some studies ongoing, and other studies that show the correlation between refined sugar, which is also called free sugar, and the consumption and the onset of diabetes, and the negative correlation with the consumption of fiber. Now, the World Health Organization, which is also called WHO, independent studies specifically distinguish free sugars as all monosaccharides. Remember, that's one sugar, and disaccharides, that's two sugars, added to foods by the manufacturer. Remember, we talked about the added sugars. So if you're buying something and sugar has been added to it, along with some of this natural sugars, like sugars that are naturally present in honey and syrup and in fruit juices, including sugars occurring naturally in other foods. This is very important that you cut back on these things so that you won't deal with these the hypertension and diabetes and heart disease and brain effects. All of these things can be very, very dangerous. Fruit is typically high in fructose, and it's a monosaccharide that is processed much differently than the glucose, which is also called dextrose. Now, fructose does not have a significant impact on the insulin production. Rather, it is processed in the liver. Now, most cells do not contain fructose transporters, as it is not necessary for the human body to survive. Fructose thus favors lipogenesis, and that means creating fats from other biological macromolecules, and is not surprising that several of these studies have found changes in the circulating lipids after the subjects eat food high in fructose. And finally, as all in life, we must be just a little weary. I mean, don't get too relaxed that when we overdo it in consuming fruits, because that can be our doorway to diabetes. And this is very important. The term natural sugars is extremely misleading. Natural sugars is extremely misleading, as the body treats fructose from fruit and from fructose and other processed food. This is very important for you to learn how to identify these things. So you start off with the boxes. A lot of times the canned foods, get away from things that are packaged, the cookies and all that stuff. And if you do these things, remember, you want to do these things periodically, not on a regular basis. Whew. That's a lot, everybody. I don't want to burn your ear off. We're gonna Toy says everything you're saying is good, but if O have if O have to choose one point, is that balance is necessary. Okay. I think that's probably if I. Okay. So thank you so much for that, Toy. Yes, yeah. Balance is just so necessary because I want to talk to that just a little bit. The reason that I think Toy is making a very good point, because you have people from all types of religions all over the world and have all types of behaviors when it comes to food. Every culture have a certain way that they eat. Russians do not eat like Asians. Asians do not eat like black folks. Black folks do not eat like, what else did I leave? Koreans. So everybody got, different ways that they eat. And sometimes a lot of these, check this out, when you can look at each of these scales and find out that people that are eating, for instance, in Lagos is the capital of Nigeria. And this is all kinds of food is. And when you go on that street and you have the street food, those African men and women and children are eating things that you would say that you would need in a million years. They eat everything. And I mean everything from camel meat to those little animals called sloths, the ones that move real slow. They eat raccoons. They eat monkeys. They eat tiger meat. They eat, like I said, anything. And you have parts of other places like that you might say, oh, this seems so holy and so respectable. It is. It's respectable and all of that, but they have a different way of eating. And that way of eating is also connected with the way that they worship. So we all, when we eat, it's all connected to that belief. We do what we believe, and our belief becomes our reality. So just because you're a vegan in the United States don't mean that you're healthier than a person that's eating in a third world country, because as long as they're eating, they're alive. And as long as they're alive, they look at life as being another chance to do other things to accomplish their goals. So keep that in mind, everybody. All right. I'm going to bring everybody back up on the stage here. And thank you so much. Any last words that any closing words, Leah? Malia?
It's snowing on my cars. And they're older cars.
Oh, Malia is busy right now.
All right. Hey, I'm
there
back.
you go.
Sorry.
Hey. Oh, no problem. Making friends. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malia, you have any closing comments? And if you have any closing questions, please ask those. And those, I just want to say this is our first largest turnout that we've had. And thanks to you all that, we're making this thing happen. Carolyn, we did it again. Hey, now. That's really great.
Great job, Larry. Just saying great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad. I just want to give a special thanks to the entire Gentle family with the best last name on the planet. Let's go to Malia. What would you like to share as closing remarks?
I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for tuning in and just stick with us. If you guys have any questions, any concerns, just want to reach out, just know that I'm here for you. I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm gonna go to Dr. Z and get all the answers, or I'm gonna go to Payamba and Wally Moo and I'm gonna get the answers. So just, stay focused, stay in a great group of people that are here to support you.
Awesome. That was awesome. And Carolyn, you have any closing remarks?
Absolutely. It just pretty much what Malia, just piggybacking off of what she just said. Just continue to tune in, share their information, be a part of the conversation. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, come on up and you know, be a part of the conversation. It's great to be able to have a support group, a team, a community of people who have that same mindset and just want to be in the best health they can be in. So that's my part of it. Thank you.
Thank you. And I really appreciate all that you do all the time. And I really, you know, we can't do it without you, Kellen. We've been jamming, and we're going to keep on jamming. Thank you very much. Can't do it without you. I want to thank all the doctors that came out this morning and all the nurses. Wow, I think we broke the nurse. We did it. We did this really great. Let's keep it up. Pass the information, everybody. Pass it along, because I shouldn't be a secret. I'm
No.
here. You know, just tell people, you know, and I don't care what level that they know what they know, or they know what they think they know. You know, I invite them, come on, talk about how you're living and talk about how you can help other people. This is very important. And as you see, we have more and more people that are coming out. We have people that, man, Nurse Toy was such a blessing this morning. Just not too long ago, and their share was just awesome. Thank you so much for being so brave. And my Leah, going through all the stuff that you're dealing with. I mean, we look at you from here, it just looks like you getting ready to perform tonight at one of the good one on the stages. You know, you taking care of business. I got to give it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mashawn is here. Thank you. I just want to thank you, Mashawn, because I know that in all the years that we've known each other, you've always wanted to take care of your body, and you're still doing it. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, I want to thank you all. And remember, this wasn't, yes, you saw, you know, some people don't want to come in because they think, oh, you're going to talk about me. You're going to down what I'm talking about. I got to drink my beer. I don't care about what you're drinking and what you're eating. I just want to give you choices. And that's my part. That's my assignment. And that's, you know, when you have the opportunity to help others that want to be helped, that's where I come in. That's where I come in. So it's not like I don't want to stand up here. No, man, you lying. And we don't have enough time for that stuff. You know, if we had 75 years to live, like brothers, about 75 years, 25 of that is sleeping. Then you got only 50 years. And then if you're working every day, you're going to have almost the same amount in work time. That's another 25%. You only got 25 years to live, man. You know, 25 years to do your thing. So we all, at some point, you know, we start, like, if you start thinking like that, I bet you I got some people thinking now, if you're thinking like that, you will remind yourself, stop dealing with the BS, these little small things that hold you down, hold you back, trip you up. Later for that stuff, you have to go for the things that make your life a life of splendid experiences. Life that, you know, what are you going to leave to people on the earth? Okay, we got Nurse Toy probably wanted to share before she, Nurse, there you go. Oh, there we go. All right, great. Nurse Toy is I know you must have something on your mind.
Just want to wish everybody health and wealth. It really is. It's not just a cliche. If you have good health, have wealth, follow Dr. Zarif, listen to him, and you will be better off for it. I got two grandkids and one on the way, and I want to be alive. Like you say, I want to be alive so I can run and play with them. So I say, do something that you really want to live for, and remember to just balance out your food, because I didn't balance. I was way off balance. I was more on the sugar side than anything else, because of course it tastes good. And then don't pay attention to how you look on the outside, because that's deceiving. And that's it. That's it. I want to wish everybody a good day and have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great seeing you, Carolyn. I'm sorry not to acknowledge you. I really am happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
you too.
And your son has a birthday coming up.
November 15th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And their baby shower is October 21st.
Oh, that's the
So
invitation.
we're,
Right. All right.
yeah.
Right. Well, you're doing a great job being a mother and all. This beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm proud of all.
him. He's doing good.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about in the book. I didn't detail that the book is Bible based. It is addressing the women only. It's a book for women. It's women are masterpieces, and that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Well, that's what I'm talking about too.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from my mother down to my sister to my sisters that got sisters and other mothers. It's really really great. And
Thank you for the shout out. I'll let you know when it's ready for publishing.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, of course. Anytime. We want to make sure. I was speaking about children, like my daughter is in this beauty contest. Check us out. Check out more information on Facebook, and please vote for it. It doesn't cost anything to vote, and if you want to buy more votes, you can do that too.
What's her name?
Amira Sabrine Zarif. Oh, she's married now. It's Simpson now, but I'm Amira Sabrine. That's my daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, you will see. She looks. You will see. So anyway, here you go, Carolyn. Are you frozen over there? I think she's frozen. Wait. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. Everybody, thank you, Chef Dom. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, Watch Dominion. Thank you, all you wonderful, wonderful people here. Watch What the Health. I really appreciate you being here, Dr. Taylor. Woohoo! Thanks for showing up.
No. Stop. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
You got scared. It happened.
Oh yeah, that's real. The other thing that I wanted to do is to thank everybody, all the nurses and the doctors for being here today. It's just fabulous. I feel great. I'm going to enjoy some of this wonderful day. Thank you, everybody. And we'll say thank you, pass the word, and thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next Saturday at 8 a.m. right here on The Mind of Nature. I'm Dr. Zarif, saying that I am the nutritionist. Take care.
Thank you.